Hey, thanks for joining me for our daily tips. This week, we're also doing some business tips, and occasionally we throw some business tips out there. I don't normally like to do it, mainly because, look, I don't have it all figured out either. But I think that all of this is a process, right? We don't do any of this stuff perfectly ourselves, but I think it's the aspiration to do it as best we can that makes the difference. I hope you feel that way, and I hope you're on board with it. And hopefully you agree with a lot of what I have to say here. So our naughty and nice list in honor of Christmas this week for business practices. Number one is a phrase that's been said to me over the years that I absolutely hate. It's just business. Basically what somebody says, or what they're saying when they tell you it's just business, is that I am screwing you over, I am taking advantage of you, I know it's going to make you upset, but you shouldn't be upset because we're in business here. This is just business, don't take it personally. I absolutely hate that statement. And I don't even like the word hate. I don't hate much in life, but I think that is just code for I'm screwing you. So how about we just be responsible? How about we respect that in the end, if you try to screw somebody over because it's just business and you're playing a game, somebody is impacted by that. If it's not that person specifically, it's one of their employees, that's money, or that's a situation that's negatively impacting someone in that business. Why are we doing that? So be responsible. Look, if you said you would do something, follow through on it. If you know it's not going to work out the right way, maybe set the proper expectations. Let's not try to rip people off. Let's just work and have a fair exchange of goods and services and run our businesses a little bit more respectfully. Number two is not listening. We'll get you on the naughty list. I think that it's not listening to your employees, not listening to your customers, not listening to peers, not listening to the market, whatever. If we're tone deaf and we're just forging ahead and not paying attention to what's going on around us, we're not being aware, then how do we know that what we're doing is right, that we're not screwing somebody over, that our employees are happy with us? When we talk to people, especially in marketing, we talk to people that they're trying to redefine their business, and we say, well, let's talk to the employees and see what they feel the strengths of the companies are. And they say, see what the strengths of the company, what the strengths are of that company. And the leadership says, no, we're going to tell them where we're going. I understand the leadership side of it, but at the same time, sort of have to listen to your employees, like what the strengths and weaknesses are, right? Same thing with the market. You have to know what your customers want. You have to be aware of what they want if they're going to continue to buy from you. And don't drive the business off a cliff because this is the way it's always been, and this is the way we're going to do it. So don't be on the naughty list, and that's not even my naughty list. I think you'll be on somebody's naughty list if you're not listening and you end up driving your business off a cliff. This one, it was actually a very good cartoon that I saw on, I believe it was LinkedIn, where the difference between a boss and a leader is the boss is behind everybody whipping them, and the leader is in front saying, charge, right? So I think it's a very effective comparison that a boss is just telling people what to do, ordering people around, scaring them, whipping them, trying to get them to do more and more and more. And a leader is saying, what is best for you? How can I, in exchange for all of the work you're doing for us, what can I provide you so that you want to continue working here, so that you feel fulfilled and that you're enjoying your job? I think over the past few decades, we've seen a lot more of this and a lot less of this, everywhere from small business to corporations to executive leadership in this country. I think we need more people that are inspirational, that will make people want to go a certain direction rather than scaring them to death to do it. Number 4 on our naughty or nice list is contempt. And when I say contempt, I mean contempt for, the first thought for me was contempt for your customers. How can you provide a good service or a good product when you hate your customers, when you can't stand working with your customers? So, work with whomever. If you have contempt for your employees, that can't be a good relationship. Work with them to make it better. Work with your customers. Find the reason why you're providing the product and reinvigorate that feeling to get customers to want to continue to come back. I mean, how many times have you been in a restaurant and they act like you're bothering them for being in there? You don't like that experience. So if you flip that around, if you're treating your customers that way, that when they pick up the phone and call you, that they're bothering you, that any interaction with them is bothersome, then they're not going to continue to come back and be abused that way. So work with them and find a reason why you enjoy it. And then the final one is lying or cheating. And it's probably closely related to it's just business, because they probably lied and cheated. Why do we need to do it? How do you feel good when you wake up in the morning when you're lying to somebody, or you're cheating somebody out of money or services, or taking advantage of somebody, manipulating somebody? How does that make anyone feel good? And I can't imagine that sooner or later it doesn't come back to haunt you. You call it karma, you call it payback, you call it whatever you want. But I can't imagine, and I know with me, I learned it early on. As soon as I lie, I get caught. I've never been able to get away with this, and I think I learned it as a young child, that I can't do this. And I wonder how people can live with themselves going through the long term. So liars and cheaters, we don't want to work with you. And if you, hopefully, the people that we attract to our business are honest and hardworking. They want to do all of these things. They want to be responsible to themselves, to their community, to their employees. They want to be aware of what's going on and aware to open to change. They want to be a leader. They want to work with us to help them do better. They want to work with their employees. They want to work with their customers. And they want to be honest about it. They want to set the proper expectations. They want the proper expectations set with them. Look, I don't want to lie to you. I don't want to tell you that something's going to happen when it's not. In fact, to be honest with you, I'd rather say, if it's going to take a week, and then I can really get it done in 4 days and surprise you with good news. I'm not going to tell you anything different unless I'm caught by surprise. So, and let's just work hard, work smart, do whatever you need to do to get the job done properly. And, those are our naughty and nice lists for business. I don't think that any one of us does them all perfectly. I just think we need to continue trying to improve on this and hopefully move away from this stuff. So I hope you all have a Merry Christmas, and we will see you next week with the things we're looking forward to in 2017. Take care.